Hope you guys can hear me clearly. Let's dive in and see what we can find today. See DD wants you to look at DD and GU. What's DD? Let's take a look at this is yesterday's trade, which went pretty well. Most of them went pretty well. RCAD didn't trigger. UCAD triggered and tanked. Let's see what we've got on the free channel today. Yep, this one went AWOL. Okay. GU. Okay, so GU eventually moved away from this level that we marked yesterday. It's been moving away from it, but I think we should be having something decent coming from this area on the daily. So this is a trade you could probably look at for the long run. What that means now is even if it does trigger, you can hold it for a couple of days and just see how far it goes. Now when we refine it to get a better tee-off area, we would probably look at this level here. Bear in mind, guys, I'm showing you a strategy that I use in the Bootcamp and the VIP. There we go. So we'd have something like this. There we go. So this is one of those Bootcamp type of setups. Because we're using the daily, we can leave it at 20 pips. And then what you will do when price gets into this area, before you set a trade, just wait for confirmations within. What I'm basically saying now is once price, let me just make it bigger. Once price pops in here, you will firstly wait for the 50% mark as usual, and you just see what it does. If you keep seeing something like this, you wait. And then when it starts coming down, then you can activate your 50% and wait for it to drop. And of course, once it triggers, then yeah, your trade will trigger and then it will drop from there. So you could potentially find yourself having something like this inside. If you are in the bootcamp, of course, we would have something like this with a tighter stop within. So that's how we'd probably approach it. But for now, you can keep it as simple as this and just wait for price to get into the zone and then drop from there. This is based on the daily, by the way. So you could be waiting for a minute. Okay. And US 30. US 30. I haven't been getting any decent traders from the US 30. Like this one here from yesterday did not work out. So if you are using our setups, then you would have not traded this. Remember yesterday when I mentioned to you guys that you have to wait for price to get into the 50% mark before you place your sell stop. So once price got into the zone, I'm just going to show you now quickly. Once price got into the zone, which would be this candle here, then you would have basically placed your sell stop, and you can see price never really got back into the entry price. So it completely left, meaning rendering your sell stop useless, keeping you out of the trade. So today, what do we have? Yeah, nothing happening here. Okay, let's drop into the lower time frames and see if we can't find anything. we had this nice drop off and then change of structure, pushing all the way up, breaking this level. Yeah, nothing interesting yet here. Okay, no, we're not gonna be watching the US 30. Let's see how US 100 looks. Probably looks like it. Okay. So even with this one, I'm just going to share with you guys another trick one, which would be one of a setup that we could potentially have on the bootcamp should we decide to take a look at this one. And yeah, you'll probably have to wait for this to trigger at some point. When, I don't know, but if it does, you'll be waiting for it. And yeah, there we go. So you'll watch price and you'll have to wait for it to get into the zone, and you could potentially tighten the stop, or you just wait for it. And we could be getting another setup from these zones as well. This is the beauty about trading the way we trade. You do find quite a number of setups. So with this one here, I'm just gonna add the volume profile to see which specific candle we can use, and we'll take it from there. So it definitely has to be this one up here. So we could have a setup right there. This one here as well, it is valid. So you'd have two setups going long. So you'd have this one here going all the way to that setup at the top there. And you'd have this one here going all the way to that setup at the top there, of course, and both potentially hitting this level where we'd get a sell, and you only get out of the trade if you're proving otherwise. So you don't get out because you're about to place another order. If it does continue and you realize your order invalid, this will keep running. That's if it does even activate. Okay, so here we go. This is the US 100, so you can have this setup. Let me just open it on the new tab. Awesome. Also the GU, let me just open it on the new tab. There we go. Awesome. Okay. GJ. What do we have on GJ? This is from yesterday. Yep, this one is still valid. Still have to keep watching it. As you can see, it just turned all the way over here, dropped, but you can still keep watching it until it gets to the zone and tank from there. So there's another of those pairs that you'll have to keep watching. Okay. Your name is Davictus. Oh, okay. Probably a typo. Hi, Justin. Forex Trading Academy, Uganda. Awesome, awesome, Justin. I haven't heard from you in a minute. ECAD. What do you have in the ECAD? So this one rendered our position useless. Completely tanked, went up, triggering us in, hitting our stop loss. But I can see now we're gonna have a nice, pretty nice, decent trade coming up. But for now, let's take a look at the daily. I completely shattered it when it dropped all the way down. The only daily zone we'll probably be able to watch is that one over there. So we'll just have to wait. Yeah, this will have to wait. Nothing much happening from it. How you give entry, buy limit or buy stop, is you watch chart or you'll set alert. Yeah, we don't use limit orders at all because of our tight stops. When you use limits, they end up kicking you out of trades. Yeah, so we use what the Wushu toolbox. Let's check it out. So what we do, let me just open one here, any random one. So what the Wushu does, once I place a setup like this on the Wushu, once price gets into the zone, it waits for price to go halfway through the stop loss range, and then it places a sell stop. And then regardless of what price does over here, the trade won't trigger. And then eventually when price drops down and passes the level, then it will trigger the sell stop. And yeah, so we don't really watch the charts. It does all that work for us. And if you don't have the Wushu, you just have to place your alerts on the chart, and then once price does get to the middle and your alert goes off, then you can place your sell stop. And if it's the other way around, you can place your buy stop, because we're trying to use momentum to just trigger a trade and move. And because of the tight stops, by the time it gets to 1R, our Wushu moves the stop to break even. It gets to 2R, it keeps holding, gets to 3R, then it closes 50% of the trade, and it just keeps adjusting the trade for us. And if you are trading it manually, then you just have to keep placing alerts at every zone. It requires you to actually be on the charts more. And that's basically why we built the Wushu. It does this on multiple trades, multiple pairs. You can have 100 pairs and just place all these, and it will just trigger, manage your trade, take partials, move your stops, and so forth. Okay, alert means which app you're using to get alert to mobile. I barely trade on mobile, but if you do, you can use your, you can use TradingView and place your alerts there, or you can use investing.com. You can use FX Book, and yeah, it will send you alerts when price hits specific price points, and then you can jump on your mobile. What I do is I have the notifications, push notifications set up on my MT4s, and then whenever trades trigger, I solely use it for management purposes. I don't place trades on mobile. I don't close, I don't adjust. Just need to know when my trades have triggered, and then yeah, I can just either come to my PC and take a look, or just let it run. Or if something goes wrong with my PC and it cannot close or manage trades, then I can just do that on my mobile. Awesome. CAD Swiss franc. Let's see. What do we have on the CAD Swiss franc? This is another pair I haven't seen in a minute. Yeah, this one. So there's a typical trade that didn't trigger, and I'll tell you why. It went our way beautifully, it tanked nicely, but price didn't go halfway through our stop loss range. Let me just show you quickly. Just missed it, literally just missed it. So this one would not have triggered. And if you're using limit orders, you would have definitely got this trade. But now the trick is, because we trade a position or a setup until it's invalid. I'll show you with another pair on the other side what I mean. If you're trading limit orders with a pair like this, let me just see if it got there. Oh, this is where it would have gotten triggered. So trades like these, price would have hit this level, and then the Wushu would have placed the stop and then triggered the trade. And once price tanked down, the Wushu would have moved your stop to entry here during this candle. So by the time you come and try to see what's happening, price is gone. So it's for those type of setups as well. I'm going to show you now quickly on the other Bootcamp tab here quickly. I think it's with, I don't know if it's RCAD or UCAD. Oh yeah, there we go. So with this pair, we trade this setup until it's rendered invalid. So trade 1, trade 2, trade 3, all the pairs have been going. Even now, it's still valid until it's invalid. So if price does get into the zone, it will place the sell stop. If it continues going up, our sell stop will be invalid, and we'll just remove it and then start looking for buys, of course. So that's how we basically tackle these type of setups. You caught it. Oh, beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful trade. And that's it for the day, guys. Let's catch up again tomorrow. Please bring your pairs. Let's take a look at what we can find on the market. And if you can find good setups, then hey, that'll be awesome. Okay, I'll just drop these 3 on the free channel. Check out our bootcamp, check out the Wushu toolbox, and check out our premium signals. Happy trading, guys.